What is going on today, guys? Stix10 here, and today we are going to take a look at some regional practice battles for the Mirror Cup in Pokemon Go. As you can see here, we're in it right away. Azumarill versus Swampert. Swampert had Sludge Wave, so that's a problem. Big problem there. It got knocked down quite a bit. Azumarill, obviously not a good lead. I just was trying out some different combos, and for some reason I put him into the front slot. Not a great spot for Azumarill. Typically you want him to be more as an anchor for your team, just because it does give you a good it doesn't give a lot of shield pressure up front. Swampert's really good up front. Other ones, Wish Cash would be okay. Other for regionals that you could use that provide some shield pressure right off the bat. So you can see our Azumarill did go down. Swap into Skarmory versus Azumarill. Depends on if he has hydropump. He does, so that does put us in a not great situation. Hydropump is probably the best move to have on Azumarill for Skarmory, because Ice Beam is going to be resisted or neutral, and doesn't get stab, whereas Hydropump gets stab and is going to be, it's neutral as well, but you're getting stab and it's a pretty hard hitting move. You can see Swampert had just enough energy to get off a Hydro Cannon, which is going to knock out my Skarmory. So I'm in a bad position here. I've got Swampert versus whatever he has left on his team, which is going to be Skarmory. He also has one shield, and my Swampert doesn't have the right moveset right now, which doesn't matter because I would use Hydro Cannon here anyways. So he's going to get some Sky Attacks off here. Maybe we can pull this off. He's going to shield here though. And then he's going to go into a Sky Attack right away. Let's see what happens. We're going to be close. He swaps, and we kill that, and then we have a Hydro Cannon. So there you go. We do actually pull out this victory. Hydro Cannon is just so OP, guys, on Swampert. It's going to be a good choice for your regional team, I think. You got to watch out, of course, for the grass and some of the other water types it doesn't do so well against. But you can see this time we are going up against a Mantine versus our Medicham. Not a great situation. Also, I just evolved this Medicham, shiny Medicham, powered it up, and I forgot to change its moves. So I think in the next match I've changed its moves to the right moveset. So that did put me a little disadvantage there against that Medicham, or against the Mantine, but we did swap out to our Swampert, and I'm gonna take a power-up punch there, get another Hydro Cannon off, trying to force the shields out. And that is one thing. Hydro Cannon is just so offensive that it is going to require shielding, especially on Medicham, every time, and it can get to it fairly quickly because it's only 40 energy. So that is one reason I think it is very good. Now here, I don't really need to use shields on my Azumarill here. Anything he throws at me is not going to be very effective, so I can build up some energy and get these charge moves off and knock him out, or at least get fairly close with that. And I think I can knock him out here with just fast moves. I do use that shield because I want to preserve what I have left. And so let's see what he brings out now. It is so I don't have anything that's going to do anything to Bastiodon, so I'm in a pretty bad situation, because right now the problem is, since I don't have the proper moveset on Azumarill. If I had Hydro Pump, I would be in a much better situation. You can see he swapped out. We're going to get a power-up punch here again. And then he's going to do an Aerial Ace. Probably, yeah, that's going to knock me out. So definitely in a bad position here now. He's going to be able to get another Aerial Ace off. I'm not sure. It's going to be close. I might survive. Yeah, I did just barely survive. Able to knock him out with Ice Beam here. But unfortunately, a Bastiodon's in the back, and it's just going to take one smackdown, and I'm going to be out. So very close match, but I did end up losing that one against Cody is who I was battling there. Thank you for the battle there. And the first person I battled was who was Spark. I can't think of his name now. It eludes me. So we're leading with Swampert here in this match against that Mantine. Obviously not very effective. His Aerial Ace will be effective against me because I am ground typing. So you can see getting another Hydro Cannon off. Those Hydro Cannons just hit so quickly. And then here I'm able to swap out to Skarmory. This is a solid matchup since he did swap. I got switch advantage, and so that means I can sit here and farm up this Venusaur. That is going to be a ton of energy onto my Skarm, and he's going to hit Frenzy Plant after Frenzy Plant, going to get me down, but I'm going to have so much energy when his next thing comes in. The problem is whatever comes in, my A, he has 2 shields still, and B, it's Bastiodon, which is going to resist. So that's an issue, obviously, and he's not using any shields. So let's see if he uses it. Nope, not going to use a shield. I'm basically just wasting energy at that point. So here comes an Aerial Ace. We're going to use our first shield to get rid of this Aerial Ace and see if we can get a power-up punch here to start powering it up. And getting another one off. See if he allows it to faint. He does not. He shields it. So we're going to shield, and we're going to finish it off with fast moves here. And both of us are down 2 shields now. I still have 3 mons, but all of mine are pretty much done. It's going to be the problem. Let's see. Flamethrower, no stab, so I do survive. Able to get to another power-up punch. This will be the 3rd power-up punch here. So that should be enough, and we do knock him out. All 3 mods survive, but most of it, they're all pretty much dead. So GG's there, very close match. Definitely that Bastiodon took a lot from the Skarm because it was not a great matchup, but I couldn't switch at the time. So here we go, Medicham versus Mantine again. You can see he is just testing out that Mantine to see how it does in the regional action. I actually do like Mantine. It's not a bad choice. Obviously, it does well against Medicham here. Medicham can win in the double shield, do believe. So we're gonna keep power up punch into it. So the goal of it is to get a couple power up punches and then do an ice punch to knock it out. Ice punch is going to do more, but you want to build up that energy first with the pups, obviously. So there was the double. I actually lost that, so apparently even if I double shield, I could lose. Some good info to know. And there's my Charizard. Obviously is going to get whooped, and my Steelix is going to get whooped now on that switch because he brought out Medicham. So it's not looking good for me. This is gonna be GG. I'm gonna call it now, because that honestly I'm not in a good position because he's got Bastiodon in the back and I can't save my and he has 2 shields. So this is over. There's nothing I can really do other than make him waste shields on Medicham, which he's gonna save them, and that is just great. So it's gonna go down. Medicham, I might be able to take it out here. I get a Dragon Claw off. I don't think this is going to be enough because doesn't get stabbed, but yeah, there you go. So not enough. Bastiodon's going to come out and I'm going to lose. So GG there. Definitely a bad position with Steelix there. So here we go. Opponent brings Steelix against my Swampert. Very favorable for me, especially if I had Earthquake on here as well, but Hydro Cannon is just going to do a ton to Steelix. You can see it's gonna knock it out with fast moves here. I'm gonna shield up and not take. It was an Earthquake, so we're gonna take down the Steelix and have a Hydro Cannon ready to go with whatever comes in. Let's see what they're bringing out. It's Swampert versus Swampert. I switch. immediately to Venusaur and start taking it down. My Venusaur does have Vine Whip. Just testing it out. Obviously, that switch is fairly dangerous, especially if they have a Skarmory in the back. Could easily just farm me up from here. But apparently, they don't have a counter to Venusaur. So I'm able to take that down, have a ton of energy, and it's Bastiodon in the back. So yeah, this is going to do a lot if I can get it to connect. Double Frenzy Plant here into Bastiodon, going to do a ton. Does shield up both of those. Going to allow my Venusaur to faint there to the fast moves. And here's a Hydro Cannon into Bastiodon. Gonna do about half of its damage and gonna get another Hydro Cannon into it. That's gonna be GG there. Very close match. You're gonna have to do one mud shot to finish it off. Very close match. We lead with Venusaur this time into Azumarill. This is a fairly even matchup here. Depending on shield uses is who's gonna win this one. We do shield up the first Ice Beam if they're carrying it. It does look like they are. It would be different if they weren't carrying Ice Beam. It would be a little bit better matchup. But with Ice Beam, it does give us some issues. Does swap out into Tropius. So we are going to hit our Frenzy Plant. Tropius is carrying Air Slash, it looks like, not Razor Leaf. So super effective into that Tropius. We do swap out because I want to preserve my Venusaur. I'm gonna Aerial Ace into me. That's fine. And gonna bring back out Venusaur and finish it off here with a Frenzy Plant. That's gonna end Tropius and see what else comes in. I didn't want to show what my last one was, and we are able to get another Frenzy Plant off. That's going to do quite a bit to Medicham. Not enough to knock it out, but going to do quite a bit. You can see it's down to 20% health already. Hit that last, it's actually an Ice Punch, so that was a little bit of wasted energy there. Not necessary. One more counter would have knocked me out. Probably just furiously tapping to get a charge move off. You can see not very effective. I'm going to take it out with just counters. And that is, let's see what comes back in. Azumarill. This is going to be a tough matchup, but I do have an extra shield. So that's going to help me get a couple power-up punches here and just start building that energy to get those counters doing a little bit more. There's the shield. It is Play Rough. Probably there should have went for Ice Beam because I was going to shield it and then have a little bit extra energy. But anyways, that is going to be GG. This is going to KO. And those are the regional practice battles that I had the other day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what cup you guys are doing, if you guys want me to cover a certain cup. Right now I've done Boulder and regionals, and we'll look at some other ones doing those as well. Anyways, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and thanks again, as always, for watching and supporting the channel. If you haven't already, press the subscribe button, and as always, guys, keep on battling.